So you talked about offshore income.
Oh,
So can HMRC investigate offshore income? I know the answer is yes. So, but how do they go about it?
well, there is now set up across a number of economies, and HMRC UK is one of them, an agreement. They're called, I've forgotten the name now. There's around 100 countries signed up where there is an open reporting, where there's the shared information that's passed out on there. Furthermore, in addition to that, in inquiries, certain officers, certainly I did, you can contact other tax authorities in other countries to obtain information. It's certainly one I did.
The bilateral agreements
bilateral agreement, yeah. France, Italy, any of those countries, the US, they will share this information. So if you're aware that somebody may have activities, financial activities outside of the UK, which they haven't declared on their tax return, and you've interviewed them and they go, oh no, Gov, no. As it happened in one of my cases, I was talking to an individual, don't go anywhere, I just sit at home all day and go to work and then come home. And it became through other sources of information that, in fact, this individual had got an interest abroad. And I contacted the relevant country, their tax authority, and obtained information, and then had a conversation with the individual and said, do you want to think again about what happens there? So that's something there. Now, what you ought to mention, we talked about earlier on about HMRC having a lot of databases and information. HMRC has access and has always had access to flight information from major airlines here in the UK.
That's interesting.
So that's something that I could regularly call upon, and certainly some caseworkers can call upon. So they are able to see if you go in and out of the country. Sometimes some of the questions you may be asked if you're being questioned by HMRC is, do you have a passport? Do you go on holiday? These sort of questions are asked as routine, but it's also important for HMRC to understand that if you do go on holiday to a particular spot, that's not necessarily suspicious. That's because you do go on holiday. If you then say to them, no, I never go on holiday, well, you shot off. What's that reason? There could be a good reason, family, relative, whatever. So HMRC has all of that information and has always had that information. There's also a lot of talk about HMRC being able to see your bank statements and
Yeah.
HMRC's always had information reported to it by banks.
Or have the power to request you to provide those information.
Yes, for a long time.